Say hi to the Absolute Abundis family. What are you looking at? Oh, thank you. Hey Absolute Abundis family, welcome back to our channel. So for today's video, we're gonna do story time about Steven's delivery, and by Steven we mean Dose. Dose is Steven's nickname. So if you hear us saying Dose throughout the videos, please know we are referring to our son. As you saw in the last video, there was some ratchet girl drama, and I hope it made you laugh. And that's what this channel is all about. Meaning that we all have fun, we let loose, we have good vibes, and hopefully if one day you're having a horrible day or a stressed out day or something of that sort, you could come to this channel and instantly feel good, and hopefully some of my videos make you laugh or give you some type of inspiration. And if you haven't joined the family, go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now. Also hit that bell button right next to it. Comment down below done so we know that you did it. I needed some water before telling the story. Throughout my pregnancy, it was like a meat-free diet, I'm not sure what I ate, but I do remember that I was the most pickiest eater. I was a sucker for sweets. When I hit 35 weeks, I was just so over being pregnant. My whole entire pregnancy, I just did not enjoy it. Most girls, they enjoy being pregnant and they embrace it, and you know, they just love it. But I, for some reason, that was just not me. I wanted my pregnancy done. So anyways, by 35 weeks, I was just so over it. My pregnancy was a long 9 months. But also, to be fair, it was also a short amount of time, wasn't it? Like, it seemed like it went by so fast.
We did a lot of stuff.
We did a lot of stuff, and you know, my pregnancy did not stop us from having a great time. We went out, we went to festivals, we traveled, we went everywhere. Like, nothing let us stop us from having fun. We did it until I couldn't move. Yeah, I still went out when I had like a belly. We had our fun.
Made it work, made it happen.
We made it happen. By the time we hit 35 weeks, I was so over being pregnant. I couldn't move anymore. I was in so much pain.
A lot of cherry cheesecake.
A lot of cherry cheesecake. I just needed my cheesecake. A
lot of cherry pies, a lot of dollar cherry pies, pies and cakes with cherries and cheese.
Like, we were on our way to the hospital and we stopped by Nations, the world's greatest pies, and I got my cherry cheesecake.
There was a fridge in the room at the hospital, so we was able to store the rest of the cherry cheesecake. It was delicious.
But it didn't matter, you know, I was pregnant. I was eating for two, per se.
It's a myth.
It is a myth, by the way.
You're never eating for two.
Never eating for two. You never want to go over 3,000 calories when you're pregnant, by the way. You'll thank me later.
Additional 500 calories to your diet. That's all it is.
That's all it is. An additional 500 calories. So at 35 weeks, I ordered the red raspberry leaf tea, and it was supposed to strengthen your uterus. That way it can help contract your muscles and you'll end up at the hospital sooner.
She was trying to look up everything on Google, how to pop out that baby sooner at 36 weeks. That she was trying everything from primrose to teas and creams and oils and everything you can imagine, trying to pop out that baby, and it didn't happen.
it just didn't work. And so I tried the raspberry leaf tea.
It might work for you.
I tried, it might work for you. I don't know, who knows? Try this out. If you are 35 weeks pregnant right now and watching this video.
Tanya is a new mother. She had a tight cervix, tight. And that thing wouldn't want to open up for nothing until she got hit with the epidural. So.
Pretty much.
She was so stressed out the game that her cervix wouldn't open up for shit.
Yeah.
Until they snapped her with the epidural, and then that thing was going. Do what you gotta do. Primrose, teas, and oils. Whatever floats your boat, makes you happy. Makes you sleep better at the end of the day.
Because let me tell you, I could not sleep comfortable at all with all of that baby weight at the end of my pregnancy. Towards the end of my pregnancy, the weight of the baby, it was just torture on my ribs. Literally. Before we left to the hospital, I washed all the bottles. I was up at like 4 a.m. to wash everything, make sure everything was packed in our bags. I didn't sleep. I couldn't sleep because I was in so much pain. It hurt to sleep. I couldn't sleep. Made sure everything was ready, and then I woke Steven up and I said, it's time to go. And before we made it to the hospital, we made a pit stop at Nations. Got some pie, got some breakfast. I wanted to make sure that my stomach was full and his was too, especially his, because I already knew that I would get food, but I already knew at the same time that he wouldn't.
She didn't want to eat though because she didn't want, she felt like when she was going to do the pushing to push out the baby that she was going to shit herself. So she didn't want to eat that much.
Yeah, so I didn't.
I told her, it was like, it don't even matter. Everybody does it. Everybody poops themselves when they pop out babies. At least that's what everybody else says. But anyway, yeah, she didn't poop herself at all. She needed that energy to push, so she needed a good hearty breakfast. She was worried about pooping herself.
Worried about like pooping.
Not look cute for when the baby pops out.
We check into the hospital.
And we were waiting for hella long.
We were waiting for hella long, but then when the nurse comes to us and they tell us to pick out our room, and no kidding you, I picked the most random room ever. But something kind of told me to pick it, but I was just being super random. I picked this random room, and the guy goes, well, what do you know? This was the room that was assigned to you. We were just like, what? It was so crazy.
She picked the right room.
I picked the right room.
The universe has spoken.
The universe has spoken. They prepped me up and they hooked up the IV, which by the way was so painful when they were putting the IV. The nurse gave me her hand and I held her hand, and then she goes, okay, I'm gonna need my hand back. I was squeezing it so hard. I felt so bad, but I was like, I'm so sorry. So then that's when the doctors ordered. They gave me Pitocin, and Pitocin is supposed to help induce contractions. However, I was on Pitocin for 2 days, and I was walking up and down the hallways because they told me that walking would help. They also had me bounce up and down a bouncing ball. They had me on the Peanuts ball. None of it helped. By the end of day 2, I was in so much pain. Medicine that they had me clicking for no longer worked. I was in so much pain that I was screaming. And this was overnight. I had 0 sleep from the day prior, just because of the pain from the Pitocin. And the pain slowly built up, and it was worse. It was like the worst pain ever. I can't. The nurse, she felt so bad for me that she became kind of my advocate, and she went to the front desk and spoke to the doctor, and she really pushed for an epidural. Now, keep in mind, in order for you to get an epidural, I was told that I had to be at least 3 centimeters dilated before receiving an epidural, and I was at 1 centimeter, and I stayed at 1 for the entire time. That was just as far as I could go. The doctor finally agreed, and they gave me the epidural. They had me sign some waivers. I was in so much pain. They even had Steven massaging my back.
36 hours of just straight pain, no sleep. Just a lot of suffering at 1 centimeter. Just sucked. Feel really bad.
Yeah.
So intense that the nurse had to say something to the doctor, and the doctor finally gave in. Was like, yeah, you pretty much suffered enough. It's like, we're just going to give you the epidural anyway. Hopefully that will just relax you to where it'll just, your cervix will just start dilating on its own, and evidently that's what ended up happening. Hit you right with the epidural and you just start opening wide up.
As soon as they hit me with the epidural, and the nurse, she kind of hinted at this. She said that hopefully with the epidural, it'll help relax my muscles, meaning that I will dilate more. And sure enough, within hours, I was 4 centimeters dilated. The next thing you know, I was at 6, then 8, and then the next thing you know, it was time to push. They gave me the epidural around 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, and by 4
in the afternoon, you're starting to push.
4 in the afternoon, I was already pushing. I gave birth to Steven at 5:30. I have the worst memory. I gave birth to Steven at around 5:30. Between the pushes, Steven was he played a great role in it, because he kept telling me when to push, how long to push, but also he gave me that extra push. So the rule of thumb was generally 3 pushes, but he gave me that extra push, give that 4th push during that contraction. So they make you hold each push for 10 seconds, then they move on to the next push. So they do 3 of those, and Steven would push for an extra push of 10 seconds. And you know, and the nurses were impressed with that. They were like, whoa. I thank him every day, because I couldn't have done it without him. And this is where we're gonna end today's video. Please let me know what your pregnancy and delivery story is down below in the comments. And if you haven't done so, please join the Absolute Abundis family by hitting that subscribe button, hitting the bell button right next to it, and comment down below done, so that we know that you did it. And we'll be back with more videos. And hitting the bell button right next to it, comment down below done. Comment. You're gonna snort my video. Oh my god, I love you.